Hello, good evening and welcome to Newsnight live on Metro Television. I'm Kenneth Osei Ampopo.
And I'm now Kwali Porte.
Coming up in the next 1 hour, RICS Consult, a sports development consultancy firm, congratulates Metro TV as the company celebrates its 15th anniversary in excellent broadcasting to be launched on April 5.
Called various exploits that we've done together within the last 15 years. And we thought to cement that and also to lay some groundwork for the future.
Members of Parliament will have a lot to smile about as contractors working on the Job 600 project assures that their offices will be ready for use by August this year.
In business, experts bemoan the current level of intra-African trade, which they say is not likely to lead to strong business ties among African countries.
Countries have to work together to increase inter-African trade and boost indigenous entrepreneurs and businesses.
From the regions, butchers in Bolgatanga in the Upper East region are in dire need of an abattoir to enhance healthy living.
In the period that this abattoir was built, the butchers were not many, but now there are many.
And beyond our borders, Qatar rejects Iraq's call to extradite the country's Vice President, Tariq al-Hashemi. It's now time to get to the details of the various stories that we have for you this evening, but we take the opportunity to welcome people in Hohoe on board Metro Television. Now to our first story. Ahead of the 15th anniversary celebrations of Metropolitan Entertainment Television, some organizations have started congratulating Metro TV for its broadcasting excellence and contribution to the development of Ghana's media industry.
RICS Consult Limited is one of the earliest companies to congratulate and show appreciation to Metro TV for excellent corporate relationship.
A four-member delegation made up of the CEO, General Manager, Public Relations Officer, and Head of Sports Business from RICS Consult Limited were present at the residence of the CEO of Metro TV, Talal Fatah, to congratulate him for his exemplary contributions towards the media landscape in Ghana. CEO of RICS Consult, Rex Dankwa, said the call is also to cement their relationship with Metro TV.
The various exploits that we've done together within the last 15 years. And we thought to cement that and also to lay some groundwork for the future. We should visit you and then first congratulate you, and then do a presentation in commemoration of the visit, and then the 15th years that you've spent, and actually blaze the trail for private TV network, especially the strengths that you had in the areas of innovation, in sports.
Talal Fatah, the man who has captained the Metro TV team to excellence for the past 15 years and also the CEO of the network, was very appreciative of the gesture.
We are trailblazers in television industry from perspective of sports, entertainment, or even business. Cannot be mentioned without the contribution of RICS Consult. For all the years, in fact, we have followed your trailblazing. Let me extend my gratefulness not just to RICS Consult but to all the companies who all over through the years have made us what we are today.
The General Manager of RICS Consult, Nanajwa Dankwa, made a presentation of a plaque to Metro TV on behalf of the delegation.
In commemoration of your 15 years of broadcasting excellence and your exemplary contributions to the growth and development of Ghana's media industry, as well as towards shaping our TV sports landscape, and also in celebration of the 15 fruitful years of mutually beneficial relationship between Metro TV and RICS Consult Limited in fulfillment of our joint dreams. Congratulations.
While RICS Consult urged other organizations to come and show solidarity for the 15th anniversary celebrations, Talal Fatah also used the opportunity to thank organizations who have supported his outfit in diverse ways for the past 15 years. The official launch of Metro TV's 15th anniversary celebration is on Thursday, the 5th of April, 2012. Nana Knedu of Ibrobit Report for Metro News.
15 years of broadcasting, can I think we've come far? Metro TV,
really
far.
I'm doing a lot of things with news, with sports, and any other area that the populace of Ghana and beyond are enjoying.
And I'm very proud to say we are the leading private TV station in Ghana.
You can say that again.
And beyond. Yes, very proud to say that. In some other news, members of parliament will have a lot to smile about as contractors working on the Job 600 project assure that their offices will be handed over to them by the end of August this year. Minister for Water Resources, Works and Housing and Entertainment says his outfit has put in place the necessary funding to ensure that he toured the facility on Tuesday.
The Job 600 edifice was constructed by the Dr. Kwame Nkrumah administration as part of preparations for the 1965 OAU, now African Union, conference. The project was later transformed to serve as offices for members of parliament, but has since become a white elephant, with successive governments unable to complete it. Delays were attributed to financial difficulties, theft of construction materials, and frequent variations in the technical details. The project, expected to cost $50 million, was originally scheduled to complete in November 2011, but it was shifted to November 2012. It is now about 70% complete.
It's an old building. You need to capture the essence of what is there to be able to add on. And there were no drawings that you could really use. The available drawings had some limited scope, so you had to do supplementary work. Sometimes the labor capacity is also an issue. For example, you go for Christmas break and you come back and only a quarter of your labor force is back on site. It takes time to build it up to another convincing level.
Enoch Mensa, Minister of Works and Housing, assured that the project will be finished by the end of August this year.
What is going to happen on this project is that by June ending, they'll finish with all the external works and remove all the scaffolding. And then July, August ending, this place will be ready for commissioning. So that is a roadmap that we have as far as the parliamentary offices or office for parliamentarians is concerned. And what I saw gave me hope.
When completed, the towering edifice will provide offices for members of parliament to solve the hydra-headed accommodation problem. For Metro News, Aya Somos reports.
Legal Resource Center, with support from Star Ghana, has organized a stakeholder meeting with the aim of strengthening the judiciary to deal with human rights abuses ahead of the December polls.
Elections the world over attract significant attention to prevent disputes from emerging among disagreeing parties. Nonetheless, many of such disputes have occurred which end up at the courts, and Ghana has had its own fair share. To help strengthen the judiciary to deal with such cases, a law and human rights activist has made some proposals to the judiciary.
Now, currently, all electoral petitions ends up in the Court of Appeal, and this is not good enough because litigants would feel they haven't engaged the final court in the land, and this does not, in our view, augur well for effective redress of electoral, dispute. So to avoid this, we want to ensure that the Supreme Court presides even as the appellate court.
He called on the judiciary to set aside a special court to deal with electoral disputes.
Submission is that to really have the High Court play its role as the election court, as envisaged in the Constitution, then we should amend Article 48 and make the High Court exercise jurisdiction even over dispute arising from creation of constituency. This way, we would ensure that we build an effective legal system where our jurisprudence on electoral petitions will be well developed, even in the high court of the land.
Head of Political Science Department of the University of Ghana, Kwesi Jonah, had some concerns.
I disagree completely. It should be understood that as a very young democracy, we need to protect the democracy so that disputes about elections do not drag on and on and on through the court system until when the final judgment is given, then they are meaningless. No. We want a very expeditious adjudication.
Sarah Ferreji, Metro News, Accra.
Again, on governance, representatives of the various political parties and the clergy have pledged to maintain peace and promote violence-free elections come December. They made this pledge at the launch of the Plus Ghana project, spearheading efforts to mobilize the collective will and desire of maintaining peace, unity and stability in the country.
Politicians, chiefs, all residents, the Prince of Peace and the Holy One of Israel has promised.
The Plus Ghana project, which stands for peace, love, unity and stability, with a vision to accept the divine as an indispensable tool in promoting the philosophy of tolerance, not only as a culture, but as the bedrock for peaceful coexistence of Ghanaians. At the launch of the Plus Ghana project, the president of the Ghana Pentecostals and Charismatic Council stressed on the need for all to maintain peace in these elections.
The rationale is to facilitate a peaceful atmosphere in the run-up, during and after the presidential and parliamentary elections. In this program, we seek to collaborate with other Christian bodies and the other religious bodies, including the office of the Chief Imam and the Ahmadiyya Mission, to maintain the peace we have in our dear country.
He also stressed that violence and deaths that occur during conflicts could be avoided if individuals would observe peace.
As faith-based organizations, we recognize it is part of our God-given mandate to lead our institutions and communities to stem the incidence of violence and mitigate the impact of such violence on individuals and communities.
Representatives of the various political parties and the clergy took turns to pledge their commitment to the project in maintaining peace in the upcoming election.
We want this country to survive, and therefore we will pledge that we will do everything within our power to ensure that this country does not go to pieces.
And I believe that all of you together will help our party and the party NDs and everybody to let peace come to Ghana.
Especially young people to be wise this year. When a politician asks you to go and carry, I don't know whether this year we use ballot boxes, whatever they will ask you to go and carry, whether biometric machines or whatever it is, ask them where are their sons and daughters. We want to call on our macho men to use their strength to farm instead of beating political opponents.
As imams who will go behind the scenes and take money, organize younger boys from Nima in places, snatch ballot boxes to make the election what we don't want it to become. As pastors who use the pulpit to preach hate and incite one another and prophesy in all manner of things that will not be in the interest of the nations.
Religious groups were, however, asked to disregard political groups who were members of their congregation and preaching against the Plus Ghana project. For Metro News, Hamdia Amadi Yakubus reports.
Now more on nation building. The presidential candidate and leader of the Progressive People's Party, Dr. Kwesi Ndum, has described the performance of the NDC government as abysmal. According to Dr. Ndum, mass failure of BEC candidates coupled with lack of employment over the years sums up the performance of the NDC administration over the last 3 years.
The Progressive People's Party organized constituency congresses aimed at confirming Dr. Kwesi Ndum as presidential candidate of the PPP across the country. In the Blakuma constituency, where one of such congresses was organized, Dr. Pakwasi Ndum told the people that the PPP has come to promote the welfare of all Ghanaians irrespective of their political backgrounds. According to Dr. Ndum, both the NDC and MPP have failed Ghanaians and asked the masses to join his party.
You can't come and tell us that you have done something unprecedented in energy, and yet we are sleeping in darkness. You can't come and tell us that you've done something better than all the presidents in this country, and yet our factories are closed because there is no power.
He announced that he will use education as a form of tool for development to ensure that Ghanaians are better placed to take charge of the economy.
When the Progressive People's Party comes to power, and if there's a job to be given to somebody, if there's a contract to be given to somebody, if there's a position we need to place somebody in, we are not going to ask whether the person is a Dagomba or Fafra or a Ga or a Fanti. We will not ask that.
Dr. Pakwasi Ndum believes he's the best among all the candidates vying for the presidential slot in 2012. For Metro News, Samuel Anoba.
Taking our attention to the environmental issues we have in the country, according to a 2012 Social Watch report, one of the challenges undermining sustainable development in Ghana is climate change. The report highlights that until this phenomenon is curbed, the ride to a better and safe future is far from reality.
The Social Watch report 2012 was launched at a roundtable discussion in Accra. Ghana's issues in the report focuses on climate change policy in the country and the extent of its accountability to principles of equality and environmental sustainability. The 2012 report highlights government's policies that have failed to articulate the issues of civil society due to pressure from bilateral and mutual funding requirements. Giving an overview of the Social Watch report 2012, Program Director Abantu for Development Dr. Rose Mensah-Kutin explained the use of Gender Equality Index and the Basic Capability Index indicators in its findings.
We say the resources are not available, but I think policies are about ideas, and policies actually improve livelihoods, especially the livelihoods of women and poorer sections of society. And so we can learn from countries like Mongolia, Rwanda, Nicaragua, which are not necessarily rich countries, but which have done very well along the indicators of gender equality.
The report states that although Ghana is committed to international conventions on climate change, there is an urgent need for policies to address gender needs and environmental sustainability.
The forest cover in this country between 1995 and 2005, we have lost so much, from about 32.5% to 24.2%, which doesn't say too well about how we are doing. So what that means is that we need to do something different in terms of how we preserve our environment.
Minister for Environment, Sherry Aite, reiterated the numerous problems facing the environment.
Exposure to hazardous chemical and pesticides, inadequate sanitation, poor hygiene, unsafe drinking water, and food, inadequate housing, all needs to be addressed to ensure the health and well-being of women and children. Once the bill on e-waste and hazardous chemicals is passed, it will regulate our EU partners not to allow any ship with electronic materials to enter our waters.
Launching the Social Watch Report 2012, Sherry Aite called on civil society groups to continue to be the third eye of government to achieve sustainable development. Nakwa Likwoti, Metro News.
Turning our attention on education and to the regions, as part of government's fulfillment of its campaign promise to eradicate schools under trees, the Central Regional Minister, Ama Benyuado, has commissioned some school blocks at Trifo Himan Lower Denchira District.
Nyamiya Adum and Brokuso are deprived villages in the Trefuheman district of the Central Region, which have schools under trees. As part of the regional minister's tour of some villages, Ama Benyiwado has commissioned a 6-unit classroom block, a library and a toilet facility at the cost of 160,000 Ghana cedis at Nyamiya Adum. Chief of Nyamiya Adum, Nana Kwame Opara, expressed his profound gratitude to the minister and the DCE and also requested for some more developmental projects.
The school are dying. Yeja, Sempuntu Jumapa or Yempote Madi, or boy ye.
The Brokusu community also benefited from a 6-unit classroom block with an electrification project to be completed within a month. The regional minister also inspected a 2-story building with 8 dormitories and toilet facilities at the Heman Technical Senior High School, which is near completion. From the Central Region, this is a report by Cornelius Nati for Metro News.
The latest is he hasn't paid salaries in 6 months.
He still hasn't considered business solutions from Vodafone?
Amazing, isn't it? Maybe we should help him out.
Let's see how this pans out.
For customized communication solutions that enhance your business productivity, contact your dedicated account manager or call Vodafone Business Solutions on 0800 10,000.
Vodafone, power to you.
For your quality, everlasting foam, and good health for your comfort is latex foam. Latex, latex foam. Latex foam.
Latex foam.
For your orthopedic high density, latex foam. Prestige princess.
Student mattress, honeymoon, Empress and Ultra Firm.
Latex foam. Latex foam. Your pillows, mattresses, and all your store furniture. Latex foam. Your partner for life.
New Close Up White now. Get an instantly whiter smile after just one brush. Switch it on with New Close Up White now.
It still feels like yesterday when I did my first painting job. That was long ago, on the eve of Ghana's 15th independence anniversary. And I remember when you were born, I spent all night painting the home before your naming ceremony. Over the years, almost all the neat structures in town have felt my brush and the protective coating of my Azar gloss. That school, the colorful old church down the road, and the hospital up the hill. It's been a long, fruitful journey with Azar gloss. And now it's my own house. This is my last job. So my son, let this be your first job. Trust Azar Gloss and you will do just fine. A good paint makes a good painter. Azar Gloss paints. Colorful protection for your wooden, metal, and masonry surfaces. Timeless and dependable. Azar, #1.
welcome back. Now look at some legal issues. The defense lawyer of Alfred Agbesiwoyome, lawyer Robertson Pacha, has told the commercial court that they have appealed against the ruling of the court that granted the Attorney General the right to amend its statement of claim last month.
The case has been adjourned to 24th of April 2012 for the defense team to inform the court on the progress of the appeal.
Defense lawyer for the embattled businessman Alfred Agbesiwoyome on Tuesday at the Commercial High Court in his submissions told the court that they have filed an appeal at the Court of Appeal against the ruling of the court that granted the Attorney General leave of filing its amended statement of claim. Robertson Pacha also said they have filed a motion on notice of stay of proceedings pending appeal. The Attorney General, represented by Dorothy Efriyansa, said they were not against the application of the defense, but notified the court that the defense has not yet filed its statement of defense to the Attorney General's statement of claim as amended. Defense lawyer Robertson Pacha replied by saying that it was waiting for the Court of Appeal to rule on the application filed before they could file the statement of defense. Trial Judge Justice Barbara Kayentu said she could not adjourn the case sine die, but would rather adjourn it to 24th April for the defense to inform the courts the progress of the appeal. Sarah Furiaji, Metro News, Accra.
Some sad news. A fire outbreak last night razed down a two-story building at Adabraka, resulting in the loss of property worth thousands of Ghana cedis.
According to eyewitnesses, the cause of the fire was yet to be established, even though some of the residents attributed it to a lit mosquito coil in a leaking cylinder in one of the rooms. Reports have it that the fire is said to have started around 10:30 p.m. and lasted for nearly 2 hours before fire service personnel came to the rescue of the inhabitants. No casualty was recorded due to the quick evacuation of residents to safer grounds. Abdullah Mohammed's report for Metro News, Accra.
Well, in some other story, a simulation exercise jointly organized by the police and the fire service at the Bank of Ghana nearly caused confusion as bystanders thought the central bank was on fire.
The simulation exercise, which took place around Bank of Ghana building, was organized by the police and the fire service to ascertain the readiness of the service personnel to combat emergency situations at the bank. However, the exercise created panic among the residents at the Central Business Center, as most of them were not aware of the exercise. Metro TV, however, gathered that the exercise was just a simulation workout aimed at testing the readiness of the security agencies in confronting emergency situations. Officials of the fire service and the bank, however, refused to comment formally on the exercise.
Back to the region, sun winners at Elmina in the Commander Edna Eguafu Abrim KEEA municipality of the Central Region have created their own path around the huge rocks the national security placed on the road to stop their activity. This has further caused massive degradation along the Elmina beach. Cornelius Nate has the details of the story.
Metro News recently reported the improvement of the beach front of Elmina after the halt of the illegal sand winning by the national security. Operators of this illegal activity have however taken the law into their own hands and created alternative routes to the beachfront to continue their acts. The most affected property owners spoke to Metro News.
About 10 yards out, you can see that there's a very deep area. Therefore, what seems to be happening now is there's a much heavier body of water at high tide which is able to hit the land. So the sand there seems to have been severely depleted.
The sand winners, they come every day. And it's not just one truck, several trucks a day. The municipal assembly knows it. The police people, they know it. And yet somehow, it goes on every day.
Central Regional Minister Ama Benyiwado has therefore tasked the KEEA to be vigilant in order to halt the illegal sand winning at the beach front.
It's important for all of us to educate the people who live in such communities to see the harm being done to the environment, since they are the first line people who will suffer any catastrophe if it comes. And I think the assemblies indeed will have to be assisted to be able to stem up their task forces. And I know they have some, but it doesn't look like they go every day.
The situation we see right here shows the speed at which degradation is taking place here at the beachfront of Elmina. If authorities keep glued to their seats comfortably with no concern, there is going to be a massive degradation here at our coastal belts.
This is Cornelius Natis' report for Metro News.
In a related story, Hans Seidel Foundation, an environmental organization, has embarked on a project dubbed Improving the Management of Ghana's Coast by engaging and empowering the youth. The project will task the youth to sensitize their communities on the need to adopt good environmental practices.
Improving the management of Ghana's coast by engaging and empowering the youth project is to sensitize communities on poor environmental activities like erosion, sand winning, poor sanitation and overexploitation of the forest. The project aims at providing a tool which supports the youth in the Anglo-Ewem coastal migrant communities to enable them access knowledge and skills while adapting to the changing physical environment.
We aim to increase the coastal communities' awareness of the condition of the environment and also to increase their collective responsibility to managing their coastal environment. Then it is very important that we develop or they develop a sense of ownership over the coastal natural resources. It is only when this sense of ownership is developed that they will be motivated to put in more time and resources to conserve them.
Professor Chris Gordon is an environmentalist at the University of Ghana, Legon.
Because we have failed so many times in the past, that we tried in this project to use a more innovative, a more strategic approach. That approach is known as Catch Them Young. We are targeting the youth. And by targeting the youth, we hope that we'll be able to at least inculcate some good practices in the minds of these young people who, when they grow, will be able to take or assist in decision making.
Hans Seidel Foundation sponsors the project.
We have been trying to identify some areas where we would be able to get directly to the people, not only to educate, but also to get an impact on environmental aspects.
The organization believes children and the youth can serve as great motivators of attitudinal change, hence the target in this educational project expected to last for 3 years, by which time the youth would have impacted a lot in the communities they live. Hamdia Amadi Yakubu's report for Metro News.
Moving up north, butchers in Bolgatanga in the Upper East region are in dire need of an abattoir. They say the only structure that serves this purpose is in a state of disrepair and no longer healthy to slaughter animals there.
Butchers in the Bolgatanga municipality have been slaughtering their livestock in an old abattoir which was built in 1960. They claim the current state of the slaughterhouse does not befit the central point of meat processing in the region due to its unhygienic nature, emphasizing the danger posed to the consumers and even the butchers. Secretary of the Bolgatanga Butchers Association, Timothy Tembale, who categorically narrated the ordeal they are facing, pointed out some key concerns they have been battling with.
During the period that this abattoir was built, the butchers were not many, but now there are many, and there should have been some expansion of the abattoir. But as of now, we still use the old abattoir. Quite recently, the assembly have increased their fees, and increase of fees goes with development.
The Regional Chief Technical Officer of the Veterinary Services Department stressed on the importance of an abattoir to hygienic meat production. The Bolgatanga Municipal Chief Executive, however, reacted to the comments of the butchers and said the assembly can only refurbish the existing slaughterhouse.
The butchers have to, first of all, clean themselves, clean their environment, ensure that they slaughter the animals at the right places, and then if they can even package the meat, it will help them. It will invite more people. It will be appealing to the public. So I want to advise butchers, first of all, to take their personal hygiene very serious.
Tanko Abuse report from the Upper East region for Metro News.
Directors of veterinary services from the ECOWAS countries have met in Ghana for a 4-day workshop to develop the regional strategy for surveillance of transboundary animal diseases and zoonoses.
The conference also aims at procedures for prevention and control of animals in order to produce healthy livestock in the ECOWAS region.
The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has adopted an agriculture policy of providing quality foods to citizens, wealth creation and poverty reduction in the sub-region. To attain this policy objective in the livestock sector, the ECOWAS countries has seen the need to prevent and control transboundary animal diseases through a harmonized system of laboratory operations and episurveillance in line with the international best practices to reduce animal burden and improve productivity. In light of this, stakeholders are meeting to establish a coordinated system as a first step to achieving the production of quality livestock in the sub-region.
I wouldn't say progress has been hindered. Rather, we have been taking step by step. You see, these are issues that have subsisted for a while in the region. So you have to take an issue at a time, to get to where we are getting now.
At the end of the workshop, it is expected that a harmonized regional laboratory and a regional episurveillance system is adapted.
Diseases know no barriers, so we have to meet once a while, share ideas, our experiences, and try to put our resources together to find a common goal in fighting animal disease. Because nowadays there are zoonotic diseases, that's diseases which move from animal to humans and vice versa.
The workshop includes experts from veterinary services, heads of national laboratories, experts from veterinary schools in the sub-region, and producers of livestock. Hamdia Amadi Yakubu's report for Metro News.
What are you doing?
Doing research for school.
Research?
Life is much better with Vodafone Internet. Get the mobile internet package that's right for you. Vodafone Internet, limitless possibilities.
Vodafone, power to you.
Come closer, come closer, come closer to me now. I don't know what you do to me.
Experience the power of Active Clean mouthwash and micro whiteness in Close-Up for a fresher breath and dazzling white teeth. Close-Up. The closer, the better.
For the very best in concrete products for the construction industry, count on Faster Limited. Our pre-stressed beams and hollow blocks for quick floors, culvert pipes, septic tank and U-drain products stand out in quality and price. And our roofing systems are not only lifelong but economical, rust and corrosion free. For all other concrete products that give value for money, talk to Faster Limited first. In Accra, Faster Limited can be located on mile 8 of the Kanishi-Winneba Road near the old police barrier, or any of our sales outlets on the Spintex Road and Ajingano. Join the growing Happy Faster family now. Faster, Yewazoye.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear baby. Remix. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Either you have it or you don't. Vodafone presents Icons Mixed Edition every Sunday on Metro TV at 7:30 p.m. and TV3 and other stations at 8 p.m.
Vodafone, power to you.
Begin the business news from the presidency. The Vice President, John Dramani Mahama, has reassured that government will safeguard the stability of the economy even in the face of the upcoming elections. He pledged the commitment when the outgoing Vice President of International Finance Corporation called on him at the Usu Castle.
The outgoing Vice President of the International Finance Corporation, Thierry Tano, was at the castle to announce his retirement to the Vice President. He commended Ghana for economic strides over the years, adding that Ghana is among 25 top fast-growing economies in the world. He, however, entreated the Vice President to use his office to ensure a thermal plant project started by the IFC in Accra is completed.
A country which made us proud in the institutions as African. Ghana moved from being among the top 25 countries in which we have invested to be today the second largest portfolio for us in sub-Saharan Africa. So we have about a total of $1.5 billion invested in Ghana today.
The Vice President, John Dramani Mahama, was appreciative of the level of cooperation between Ghana and IFC.
We are facing a few challenges, especially in an election year. People get a bit tense and sensitive, and so it does have its own effects on the economy, but the Economic Management Team and the Economic Advisory Council are keeping a close watch. We've held 2 meetings with the Ministry of Finance and the Central Bank, and we're hoping to take some measures to ensure that we keep things on track.
He, however, admitted that one of the challenges facing the economy is how to handle payments of arrears to free the private sector. The incoming World Bank Country Director, Josefa Crooks, was also introduced to the Vice President. Reporting from the castle, Samuel Anoban for Metro News.
Some business quotes.
More in business. The Commonwealth African Investment Forum is underway in Accra to promote trade, create investment opportunities in the various sectors of the economy. The Vice President at the opening of the forum stressed that the continent has become a preferred destination for investment.
The Commonwealth Investment African Forum has over the years focused on mobilizing investment, promoting intra-African trade, strengthening corporate governance, and harnessing technology for development. World investors say Africa is the fastest growing economy with boundless potential to be harnessed for sustainable development.
Interest in Africa from international investors is growing. The Western economies are showing some signs of recovery, but we can see that investors are looking for other markets. They want to achieve good returns as well as managing their risk, and want to invest where they know it will be secure but bring about good benefits for them.
Africa's economies are consistently growing faster than almost any other region in the world. Ghana's own growth has mirrored that of Africa, with 13% GDP growth last year and with prospects for another strong growth in 2012.
The Vice President, John Mahama, stressed on the enormous economic impact with the promotion of public-private partnership projects, which are aimed at leveraging public assets.
Previous experience has provided a platform for bringing investors and projects together to explore public-private partnerships and facilitate business partnership, which can support the economic growth required to enable Africa achieve sustainable economic development.
The 2-day conference will discuss agribusiness, small to medium-scale enterprises development, enhancing manufacturing industrial capacities, and harnessing the tourism industry. For Metro News, Nana Nkansa Ajekum's report.
Investment tip is up next on your screen.
Sponsored by Global Lighting Centre, your solution to quality lighting.
Leading leading foam manufacturer, Latex Foam Ghana, has added yet another laurel to its numerous awards in a high-profile award ceremony held in Geneva, Switzerland. The Platinum Award, dubbed the Century International Quality Era Awards, is in recognition of the foam manufacturer's commitment to promote quality culture across all sectors of its production.
The Business Initiative Directions BID administered awards is conferred on distinguished companies whose exploits have and continue to positively impact on their employees, clients, and society. This year's award was endorsed by QC 100 Total Quality Management Model and implemented during the Quality Mix program in Geneva, Switzerland, in which local foam manufacturer Latex Foam Rubber Products picked the Platinum Award. The high-profile awards has raised the image of the local foam and rubber product manufacturer in the industry, a feat that projects Ghana as an enviable investment destination across Africa. Speaking exclusively to Metro News, the public relations manageress of the company could not hide her satisfaction for the international recognition.
Last year we had the quality endorsement, and this year too, I guess the award challenged us to do more, and so we're here again with the Century International Quality Era.
She also touched on the significance of the award to the company.
We have already made it clear, not only in Ghana but even in the West African sub-region, that we shall be committed fully 100% to maintaining the quality standards of our products. So it means that when you buy anything from Latex Foam, you know that you're not just throwing away your money, you will definitely have the value for it.
She added that the company will not rest on its laurels but sees the sky as a launch pad.
When you achieve another feat, it only opens up for more competition. So for us, once we win an award, the next day the competition gets tighter, and so we do not relent and relax in our attitudes and in our culture to produce the very best. So we shall continue to give out innovation. We shall continue to give practical products that are relevant to the market.
For their prize, Latex Foam received a heavy gold-plated trophy and a certificate. Management of Latex Foam hopes to deepen commitment to customer satisfaction and value for money to enable businesses consolidate and strengthen their position as a world leader in the production of foam and rubber products. Thompson Jaukumi for Metro News, Accra.
In the aviation news tonight, Ghana receives grants from US for aviation infrastructure development, and Russian plane crash kills 31, 12 survive. The details. Air traffic in Ghana has increased significantly over the past years due to strong economic growth and discovery of oil in the country.
In order to support the rapid growth in air traffic, government has committed so much resource into the improvement of the nation's aviation infrastructure. The Director General of the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, Air Commodore Kwame Manfei, attested to this fact at a recent signing of a $322,560 grant between the U.S. and Ghana. The grant from the U.S. Trade and Development Agency is to fund the technical assistance program for the procurement of goods and services for the construction of an air traffic control center at the Kotoka International Airport. The construction of the Air Traffic Control Center is expected to improve the capacity of the airport and as well enhance aviation safety in the region.
A Russia passenger plane crashed and burst into flames after takeoff in an oil-producing region of Serbia yesterday, killing at least 31 of the 43 people on board.
13 survivors were pulled from the wreckage and rushed to hospital by helicopter, but one later died. The plane was said to have broken in two, lying in a snowy field. Only the tail and rear part of the fuselage were visible. It was not immediately clear what caused the UT Air Airlines ATR-72 to crash with 39 passengers and 4 crew on board, the latest air disaster to mar Russia's safety record.
voters registration. The Electoral Commission of Ghana is replacing the voters register with biometric registration. This means all 10 fingerprints and your photograph will be captured. Nothing should cover your face and ears, and you get your new voter ID card on the spot. All previous voter ID cards are no longer valid, so everybody has to register again. Ghanaians of 18 years and above can register. Proof of identity such as passport, driving license, national ID card, or voter ID card would help. Otherwise, 2 registered voters can guarantee your registration. Registration is for 10 days in every registration center. Just wait patiently till the registration team gets to your center. Check with your area registration officers or the media, or listen to the street announcement runs for the registration dates for your area. There will be no extension. Non-Ghanaians or citizens under 18 years should not attempt to register. Don't attempt to register more than once. You will be prosecuted. Registration is from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day, from Saturday 24th March to Saturday 5th May 2012. Register so you can vote.
No matter how you use the internet, there's a Vodafone package for you. Join Vodafone now and get double your internet allowance for the next 60 days. Dial *700# to choose a package. Vodafone Internet. Limitless possibilities.
Vodafone. Power to you.
Fellow Ghanaians, I'm Nana Akufo-Addo, presidential candidate of the NPP. We want to move Ghana forward, but we can't wait another 4 years without access to jobs, education, and prosperity. We need change now. A new voters register is being prepared, and everyone needs a new voter ID. I'm therefore asking each of you to register to vote. Your vote counts. Your voice matters. Together, we will put Ghana back on the road to prosperity. Please register. Thank you. May God bless you and our beloved Ghana.
Man, 15 years, you know, we joke. 15 years of quality and excellent broadcasting. Metro TV, congratulations. And for all you viewers out there, keep watching the best of music videos, the best of movies, the best of local content, the best of everything. So what can I say? Congrats, Metro TV, for 15 years of quality excellence in broadcasting. Are you cool?
Party with you. Come on now.
Watch your dreams come true in the MTN Dream Big promo. Win 10,000 Ghana cedis every day for 100 days. 2 brand new Hyundai iX35 cars from Hyundai Motor at the end of the first and second month. And a lovely 3-bedroom estate house from UT Properties as the grand prize at the end of the 100 days. Text WIN to 2020 now and see your dreams come true with MTN Dream Big promo. Terms and conditions apply.
MTN. Everywhere you go.
On the foreign front, Qatar has rejected Baghdad's demand to hand over Iraq's vice president, who is accused of running death squads.
Hussein al-Sharistani, Iraq's deputy prime minister, said on Monday that Qatar's decision to host Hashemi, the top Sunni official in Iraq's government, was unacceptable. Hashemi arrived in Qatar from Iraq in semi-autonomous Kurdistan region, where he had been living since December. Hashemi disputes the validity of Baghdad's extradition request, saying he enjoys constitutional immunity and has not been convicted. He also said he was willing to return and stand trial if he had a guarantee that a minimum requirement of justice is available. Sharistani also said Kurdistan, where Hashemi had been staying since charges were issued against him in December, had committed a clear challenge to law and justice by allowing him to leave Iraq.
Now let's go to Colombia, where the FARC rebels have freed what they say are the last 10 members of the armed forces they held hostage in jungle prison camps for more than a decade.
Flown from a jungle rendezvous to Villa Vicencio City on Monday aboard a Brazilian Air Force helicopter emblazoned with the Red Cross logo, the freed men were united with their loved ones in a private area before the group was flown to Bogota, the capital, where other relatives were waiting. The Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, known as the FARC, had announced Monday's liberation on February 26 in tandem with a halt in ransom kidnappings as a revenue source. But it comes after the group suffered some serious setbacks in recent months. Last month, a military strike killed more than 60 fighters. And late last year, the group's influential leader, Alfonso Cano, was killed in another government strike. The mission was led by the Red Cross and Colombians for Peace, an organization made up mostly of women. Now to sports. Tamale SOS Primary School has arrived in Accra ahead of the second Milo Marathon Championship.
6 countries from Africa will compete for the honors at the second Milo African Championship, scheduled to take place from the 12th to the 13th of April 2012. The second edition follows a successful staging of the first edition, which took place in South Africa prior to the first ever World Cup on the continent. Ghana was represented by Impintim M.A. Zion Memorial School from the Western region, which came second, losing on penalty shootout against rivals Nigeria. 2 years after that wonderful experience for the young footballers, the stage is set for yet another thrilling soccer fiesta in Ghana, as South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, Sierra Leone and Liberia will battle it out for the trophy at stake. Representing Ghana this year will be Tamale SOS School from the northern region. The team will arrive in the capital for a 6-day training camp at the Splash Lizzie Sports Complex, where they will be groomed by Coach Oti Akenten.
I heard somebody telling me at the airport that when they watch you at Koforidua, I think it was Koforidua, you won the championship. They said, "Oh, Coach, the team that I watch at Koforidua seems to be better than the team that played last 2 years."
Jude Eko Addison is the branch manager of Milo.
Viewers, as part of Milo's contribution to the development of sports, just not in Ghana, but in Africa and globally, we are at it again, and this time around is the Milo African Championship, which this occasion is the second edition and is right here in Ghana. We want the people of Ghana to support this event. We want the people of Ghana to come in their numbers, especially to bring their children to the Airwax Sports Stadium on the 12th and the 13th of April of this year. That is precisely this month. We want you to come, not only yourselves, but to come with the children. And I can assure you that they really enjoy themselves. We've invited, as you already know, teams from South Africa, from Nigeria, from Kenya, from Sierra Leone and Liberia. And we want to use this as a platform for the children to interact a lot with each other. And it's going to be 2 days of fun. It's going to be 2 days of enjoyment for the children. And we want the stands to be filled so that we would all have a very successful event. Thank you.
We now bring you Ghana Speaks on electronic education.
The e-system is one of the best areas that we can use to provide information to our students without necessarily moving them to libraries which are actually not well stocked. It is important that we are able to connect most of our schools and even all our schools to the internet. And when that happens, it helps the students to be able to get information even without their teachers.
Those in town, they have the energy, electricity, so it will be easy for them to benefit from this. But those in the rural areas, DS is much. So I think we need a technology, especially, like I said, the solar energy, so that they can also get energy to use these machines to their benefit.
Wrapping up the bulletin, RICS Consult, a sports development consultancy firm, has congratulated Metro TV as the company celebrates its 15th anniversary in excellent broadcasting to be launched on April 5.
Contractors working on the Job 600 project assures MPs that their offices will be ready for use by August this year.
In business, experts bemoan the current level of intra-African trade, saying it's not likely to lead to strong business ties between African countries.
Butchers in Bolgatanga in the Upper East region are in dire need of an abattoir to enhance healthy living.
Elsewhere, Qatar rejects Iraq's call to extradite the country's Vice President Tariq al-Hashemi.
We appreciate your time with us, and to our cherished viewers in Hoho in the Volta region, we say welcome on board the Metro family. Many thanks for your time. My name is Napa Lukwate.
And I am Kenneth Oseyampo. Kindly join us at 11 p.m. for the late edition.
Show us Good Morning Ghana, which is live